Hello, everyone. Thank you very much to organizing committee for inviting me to this prestigious international congress. Actually, for me, the drug discovery, artificial intelligence, and computer systems are very important. For this reason, I know that big pharma will make very valuable contributions as human health is at forefront. A new area has already arrived. Are we aware of this? Yes, I think we are aware of a new area. Um, uh, okay. Um, I'd like to start this statement, and actually, this statement emphasizes the importance of apprenticeship in mastering a skill or a profession. Apprenticeship involves hands-on learning, practical expertise, and mentorship. We know that to become a master, one must first embrace the uh, role of an apprentice. This involves dedication, schooling, continuous self improvement, and real real world work. Uh, Years ago, a friend at the university, I asked a friend at the university, why you have no experience abroad? You have never worked in laboratories in United States, in Europe, in Japan, in Australia, for your scientific developments in your area. You didn't even get a grant from any university. Why? And he gave me this famous answer. He said there are two types of people. First is the bosses. The second is the employees. Bosses don't work. They employ. They use other people and live off their labor. Employees, on the other hand, go and work in one laboratory, struggle hard, move to another, work in different laboratory, trying to accomplish something. They get tired, they get sad, they get stressed, and the bosses look at them and pity of them. If employees achieve the goals they want, they give them a little more money and a meeting, get together with the staff, and a lot of praise and gifts. But they don't get their way. When they don't get their way, they fire them mercilessly. So, as quantum computers become the widespread in the world, who do you think will be the boss? Who will be the employees? Humans or robots? Humans or humanoids? Humanoids or robots? In drug discovery, actually, because we are talking about in drug discovery in more generally. Perhaps the concepts of humanoid and robot, I'm living aside the humans, can be confused. But I think you will be able to distinguish the very small differences between these two concepts. On the other hand, there are robot lovers versus robot non-lovers. And a quick reminder before moving on to the next slide, the breaking news, Elon Musk expects 1 billion humanoid robots in 2040s. Tesla Optimus, it is called Tesla Optimus. Okay, the global market for AI applications in drug development, in drug discovery, is estimated to reach almost 5.1 billion by 2025. One of the solutions to these challenges is for big pharma to leverage the potential of universities as much as possible to develop their strategic acumen, especially in our country. In Turkey, pharmaceutical companies have based their approach to project waste, which they call R&D, research and development, on formulation mostly. Of course, an innovative formulation, especially R&D studies on nanomedicines, are also important. Nanoparticle delivery for drug delivery systems is also important, but it is both unthinkable and unacceptable for Turkey to be deprived of this large-scale feature while the world is focused on precision medicine or precision oncology, personalized drug discovery, personalized drug treatment, and a novel drug discovery, because everyone is unique. Everyone has a unique genetic profiles. Okay, so the strategic intelligence between big pharma and universities very important in the development based on the cooperation of big pharma and the university consciousness within the framework of common sense. It starts with imagining the future by taking into account the risk analysis of how strategic intelligence can contribute to both the country it represents and the corporate structure it represents in terms of innovation at the global level. That is why I would like to point out that it's very important to anticipate the future, especially in relation to the development of new small molecule drugs, biosimilars, messenger RNA breakthroughs, and the impact of institutionalization on scientific research compared to other countries. The strategic acumen of both big pharma and universities in this area will play a crucial role in establishing a system that emphasizes clinical applications, very important, which will ultimately have a significant footprint on the global impact of the pharmaceutical industry in Turkey. Therefore, artificial intelligence and the evolutions of the people who manage the machines that use it will accelerate the concept of precision medicine in the human disease drug triangle of the future. The key applications for strategic intelligence include AI-powered therapeutic target discovery and the acceleration of drug development timelines. Integrating AI in drug design involves using individual and collective human intelligence as search strategies for the de novo drug development. Ongoing challenges, if I'm not wrong, include integration, development, tools and techniques, but collaborations, like some big pharma AI-driven partnerships started many years ago, aim to harness AI capabilities for improved drug discovery. So there are several key reasons to do that. Let me start the first one, access to cutting edge research. Okay, this is also important because academic labs often uncover new disease pathways and druggable targets, long before they are on the radar of industry. Pharma academic partnership give access to these discoveries early. We're sure of that. We're sure of that because quantum computing is able to reshape for the collaboration between big pharma and universities. Because quantum computing is a groundbreaking technology that has a potential to revolutionize the pharmaceutical industry at every stage of drug discovery and development. Uh, Quantum algorithms simulate electronic structures, aiding drug development by expediting processes like protein binding and metabolic stability, toxicology, uh, in every kind of approaches for creative in scientific works. The talent pipeline, the second one, the universities, we know that, are training grounds for young scientists and source of emerging talent. Collaboration allows pharma companies to connect with and recruit promising researchers. In drug discovery, uh, fostering a talent pipeline with young scientists is crucial for innovation and progress. These involve strategic planning, collaboration, and support to nurture the skills and expertise needed in pharmaceutical, biotechnological industries. And here are some key steps should be considered. First of all, internship collaboration, identified target universities and research institutes, and workforce trends in drug discovery. We know that the Tufts Center in Boston, Massachusetts, Tufts Center for the Study of Drug Development is in 48 years. I think it's an independent academic non-profit research center. Has some clues about this kind of approach, collaboration. And in this case, the artificial intelligence is influencing workforce trends, playing a significant role in shaping the future of the work. Drug discovery requires multidisciplinary integration of diverse fields like biology, chemistry, mathematics, pharmacology, medicine, computer engineers, and software engineers, whatever. And we all we combine we overall combining these all fields is in drug engineering. Academics offer specialized expertise to complement industry strengths. So this collaborative approach accelerates drug discovery by integrating knowledge from fields I stated previously, and the quantum computing and medicine would give a very big impact for the development. Okay, the key aspects could include actually team collaboration, very important. Drug discovery, interdisciplinarity, also. Quantum brains. Actually, recent studies, as far as I know, suggest our brains may utilize quantum computation. Well, we can say that quantum technology can also be used, can also show promise in brain tumor treatment, for instance. Okay, educational and industrial initiatives. We know that academic institutions can offer specialized courses like the one-year standalone course on drug discovery and development to enhance multidisciplinary expertise in drug discovery. Shared sources also gains access to advanced university core facilities, academic brains, research tools, and technologies that can accelerate the drug discovery. Um, One of the another key concept is funding and efficiency. Collaborations between big pharma and industries, of course, allow costs and risks to be shared between partners. Pharma can offset its R&D spending, while academics gain funding. Okay, foster innovations. The cultural differences between academia and industry often breeds fresh thinking and creative approaches when working jointly. By integrating quantum computing and generative adversarial networks into drug discovery processes, researchers can unlock new possibilities, streamline workflows, and ultimately accelerate the development of innovative pharmaceuticals. Uh, this may be the key factors for foster innovation. We can say quantum simulation, quantum machine learning, collaborate research and development, quantum enhanced uh, uh, accelerate and enhance artificial intelligence for drug discovery and accelerated simulations with quantum computing. Okay, improved translation. Actually, this is the very crucial point. I have to focus on this point. Academics get insight into commercialization needs to make their research more clinically, which is important, relevant, and uh, translatable. As academics, myself included, I'm included, we have always pursued academic advancement by trying to do the scientific work, completing master degrees, PhD degrees, publishing in good international journals, Q1, for instance, filling the required points for the next academic stage, and then slowing down and enjoying ourselves when we get the top level in academia, becoming professors. However, from the moment we enter the university, we must focus on producing economic benefits from the scientific development of people, institutions, the country, and the world in the field we are working. So it may be good, of course, to publish our work, scientific work, in good journals and get a lot of citations, but it's also preferable that these scientific studies should turn into innovation and should turn into products. This should be our goal. An industry-university partnership should include incentives for innovation and product development by both parties. Okay. Overall, pharma academic partnership leverage the strengths of both sectors to achieve shared goals of bringing innovative new medicines to patients efficiently and effectively. Both parties should stand to benefit tremendously from greater open collaboration. Okay, now what is quantum computing? And how will quantum computers change the world? Actually, what is quantum? Quantum is a field of science that studies the physical properties of nature at the scale of atoms and subatomic particles. A quantum is actually, the quanta is plural. A quantum is the smallest discrete unit of a phenomenon. A phenomenon is a scientific context and is something that is observed to occur or to exist. For example, a quantum of light is a photon, and a quantum of electricity is an electron. Okay, so in traditional, we use the classical bit approach, and in quantum computing, we use qubit. Therefore, what is qubit? In quantum computing, a qubit is a fundamental unit of data. They serve the same purpose in quantum computing that classical bits do in the traditional computing, but they act quite differently. Qubits can contain a superposition of all conceivable states, whereas traditional bits are binary and can only keep a position of 0 and 1. Therefore, it is the second time that humanity has reached this milestone. After Google declared its 53 qubit bit quantum computer had achieved such a breakthrough several years ago. Actually, the Sycamore performed a computation in 200 seconds, less than 4 minutes. That would take the world's fastest supercomputer 10,000 years. It's incredible, amazing, unbelievable. In the other Jusang in Chinese, new methods of manipulating of 76 photons to do calculations instead of Google's, which uses superconductive materials. So the next comes breaking news. IBM is building 1,000 qubit quantum computer. Actually, at present, advanced devices are not able to surpass traditional computers, but the competition to achieve this milestone in computing has commenced. Before going to the next slide, I would like to emphasize that there's a fierce competition between companies. At times, and often even to the point of industrial theft, companies can treat each other with sarcasm on the level of inferiority complexes. So actually, the discovery of innovative drug candidate molecules has long been an important part of industrial espionage. We know that quantum meets cloud. Some companies have their existing quantum computers tied to the cloud to let the developers experiment with coding directly onto the hardware. Indeed, large quantum computers that require massive cooling power are only part of the story as firms prototype hybrid quantum classical computers. I'm gonna mention this aspects shortly. Okay, utilizing quantum computers and generative adversarial networks to combat cancer, is this hype or hope? Maybe, but maybe not. Future knows. Okay, why? Let me talk about why is drug discovery so important? For several reasons, actually. understanding uh, understanding life. Actually, we are organic creatures. We are all created in organic molecules. Every molecule that enters our body from drugs, from food, from air. Somebody's smoking nearby, and you get thousands of toxic chemicals. After these molecules enter our body, after passing through various components in our body, necessarily interacts with various macro molecules such as receptors, proteins in the cell, and inside the cell membrane, cell in the membrane also, and reveals its biological activity. So therefore, we know that the molecular receptor interactions are the essential processes for in our life. It leads to new treatments and cures for diseases. It drives medical progress. Historically, many major advances in medicine have been linked to the discovery of new drugs. New drug discovery mitigates the effects of cancer, for instance, cancer cell resistance. As tumor cells become more resistant to existing chemotherapy and immunotherapy, in the organization of their proliferation, new cancer molecules need to be discovered and developed. And also another very crucial point is undruggable proteins. Recent advances focus on targeting undruggable proteins with flat functional interface. Without new drugs, diseases may become untreatable again, as they were a century ago. Therefore, drug discovery provides new treatment options before existing drugs become useless. Okay, innovation and healthier feature. Because of the innovation in healthcare is promising, with endless possibilities, including nanotechnology and other groundbreaking advancements. This is why I started to talk about quantum computers, which are expected to accelerate the many fascinating features of digital advancements. Deciphering the sequence of genomes. Well, one of the most important things for me. Genomic sequence is not an endpoint, I think. The challenge lies in comprehending its content and functionality. Data availability actually also important. The publication of genomic sequences, especially human and microbial, provides abundant data relevant to drug discovery. And high throughput sequencing and gene characterization through genomics create opportunities for drug discovery and clinical medicine. But precision medicine actually and personalized drug treatment, because what I said previously, every person is a unique. Therefore, precision medicine, also known as personalized medicine, revolutionized drug discovery by tailoring treatments to individual patients, depending on their genomic profiles. In this point, we never forget epigenetics for drug discovery, actually. Epigenetics play a very crucial role in drug discovery, particularly in the development of cancer therapeutics and metabolic disorders, genetic disorders, rare diseases. Recent advancements in the epigenetic drug discovery field um, include the identification of small molecule inhibitors, offering promising avenues for targeted therapies. If I'm not wrong, as of August 2020, 8 epigenetic drugs were approved for clinical use, showcasing progress in chemoinformatics approaches. Okay, in silico modeling and automation, automation also plays a crucial role in advancing medicine, particularly in drug discovery. In silico methods, including generative AI and AlphaFold structures, enhance drug discovery. Okay, now generative adversarial networks, GANs. It is GANs introduced in 2014, if I'm not wrong, are a type of generative model that use two neural networks. Okay, a generator and a discriminator that compete against each other to become better over time. The generator takes in random noise as input and generates fake samples like image, text, etc. Its goal is to generate fakes that are indistinguishable from real samples. The discriminator takes in real samples from the training data, as well as the fake samples from the generator. Its goal is to correctly classify the real ones as real and the fake ones as fake. These two networks actually play a minimax game. The generator tries to maximize the probability of the discriminator making a mistake, while the discriminator tries to minimize that probability. Generative AI is seen as a huge opportunity for drug discovery to get up close and personal with big pharma like never before. But where's the line in seeking for collaboration between medicinal chemists and pharmaceutical industry? We have to ask this one. Some key advantage of GANs: it can produce very realistic synthetic data, don't require lots of label training data, can learn complex distributions over data. So let's move to another one, another slide. Actually, in 2022, the drug discovery market was valued at 55 billion US dollars. But by 2032, this figure is expected to be more than double, the 150 billion US dollars in drug discovery. So this is a huge sum of money. However, after events like COVID-19 pandemic and several antifungal diseases, several antiviral diseases, and also neurological disorders, rare diseases, we know that times is equally crucial in the drug discovery sector, in collaboration of big pharma and medicinal chemistry, which are involved in mostly drug discovery process. With the discovery of novel drugs taking up to a decade and costs of the development on the rise, quantum computing can have a significant impact in the space. In terms of quantum use, the development of broad spectrum, many disease medication, like I said, including genetic and rare diseases, will see direct benefits. Um, will see direct benefits with the discovery of novel drugs taking up to a decade and costs of development on the rise. So we have to focus on this. The pharmaceutical industry is becoming increasingly digital, aiming to optimize and maintain processes throughout the development life cycle to cut down on time and resource costs, aligning with the advent of novel computational technologies. Okay, if I were to ask you, what is the coolest place that you can think of? You'd probably say Antarctica, where the average temperature is chilling 213 Kelvin, or equals to minus 60 Celsius. Some other says Pluto, a faraway planet, at the frigid 33 Kelvin, or minus 230 Celsius. Astrophysicists might even say deep space, where the average temperature is about 1 to 3 Kelvin. You can assume, you can transfer Kelvin into Celsius. What if I told you, if there's a place 100 times colder than even deep space, and what if I told you this place is still on Earth? Before I start this, before I get started this presentation and so on, quantum computers need to be kept very cold. Actually, before doing that, 300 Kelvin is a room temperature. We know that. 77 Kelvin air liquefies around us, and 4 Kelvin helium liquefies. And quantum computers need to be kept very cold environment, like 0.1 Kelvin. This is 100 times closer to absolute zero than even deep space. This is one of the barriers of the quantum computers. But I really appreciate it's just launched the type of cryogenic equipment that physicists, physics sciences, to cool quantum computers down to 0.01 Kelvin. Okay, why we need it? Why we needed cooling the quantum chips? Because to eliminate thermal noise. And in Australian company Quantum Brilliance has recently announced the unveiling of the world's first room temperature quantum computer. Sure, it's only 5 qubits, which is tiny compared to previous quantum computers. But Quantum Brilliance quantum computer is perhaps more significant. And we know that. The feature of more sophisticated quantum computers that can operate at room temperature will introduce us to new technologies we can witness and use, unimaginable technologies. Actually, I would like to ask here, why shouldn't we, as Turkey, develop such technologies? What are we lacking? Um, we transformed the traditional artificial intelligence to generative artificial intelligence. Computers from Abacus, Sinclair Commodore 64 to quantum. Where is all this heading? How long will these changes and developments last? Thank you.